Hey there, I was just on jw.org and scrolling through, I came across an article which is entitled, Witnesses in Ghana Immediately Respond After Flooding. And this is an article about how witnesses respond to those in need. However, when you look a little closer, you start to realize that Jehovah's Witnesses don't really respond to the needs of the community in peril. They only respond to fellow worshipers and fellow believers. And those are the only people that they provide aid to and assistance to. This article goes on to say that while there was this flood and 200 people lost their lives, none of them were witnesses, but 250 witnesses were displaced by the floods. It says, while no witnesses lost their lives, some 250 were displaced by the floods. The day after the flooding, they arranged a disaster relief committee to go provide blankets. They had a witness doctor and 2 nurses go to a kingdom hall to provide medical care for fellow worshipers. It says that the witnesses opened up their doors and provided housing, temporary housing, for those who were displaced by their fellow believers. So all of this aid that was done was only for the Jehovah's Witnesses themselves and not for anyone else in the community. And of course, Jesus said to love your neighbor as yourself, and so, he provided relief and healing to all people, and that's not the case with the witnesses. Although they like to represent themselves as people out in the community, it's not so. It begs the question, well, who is your neighbor? And Jesus, when he was asked by someone who his neighbor was, it's in Luke 10:29. He responded by telling the story of the Good Samaritan. And in verse 37, Jesus tells the man to go and be like the Good Samaritan, who provided relief and aid and help and assistance to a complete stranger. So a neighbor is whoever is near you that you see that's in peril or in trouble and who needs assistance. That's who your neighbor is, and that's who you show compassion and love for. And as a Christian, you treat people the way you want to be treated, and you also are a representative of God's love. You reflect that to other people. So just food for thought. Really look closely when they're talking about the good deeds that they do, because there are walls and barriers with their love. It's conditional, just like everything else with the witnesses. They'll provide relief for you if you believe what they believe. If you line up with their teachings and their doctrines, then yes, you get a blanket, and yes, you get medical care. And if you don't, you're on your own. So just sharing with you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.